Hi, thanks for stopping by. Today I'll be showing you how I make my sourdough meat pies. So as you can see on the left, my starter is sleeping. So I gotta wake it up. So I just take out some and I measure it out. And I'm just gonna feed it and allow it to rise. But in the case of the sourdough meat pie, today I will be using a discard. So if you've been working with sourdough, you already know how it works. It's a pretty straightforward process. So you will be needing about, you would just, depending on how many meat pies you want to make, you have to measure out your flour, and then you would then go from there. So I like to add some salt. So usually people use butter, but today I will be using some canola oil for my meat pies. So just added the flour there and added some salt and mix that up together. And I'll be adding my starter. As you can see, that was the discard that I showed, about 100 grams of discard. So you can also use an active starter, but today I chose to use a sourdough discard. So what I noticed with the discard is that it just made my meat pie very soft. It was really tender. It wasn't hard at all. And I'm adding half cup of vegetable oil to make up my dough. So I would also make a video where I use butter, but I really likes the result of using simple canola oil to make this meat pie. It really turned out great. So on the side, I'll just be getting the meat ready. So you can just use whatever you like. So I like to use lean meat in my recipes, and I just add some olive oil. That's what I use to cook my meats. So you want to make sure that the meat is well cooked. Obviously, when handling meat, you just have to be very careful with, mixing things up and touching stuff, just to make sure that you don't spread any germs around the kitchen. So now it comes to herbs. So I'm very heavy-handed when it comes to seasoning my food. I like to season my food with just some salt and pepper and herbs. So I add salt, I add black pepper, and then I add a ton of herbs. I think I added some dill even. So I add dill, parsley, basil, and just a wealth of herbs. So I also make sure to add some turmeric. That's a staple in my meat pie recipes. So I add turmeric and some curry as well. I believe I added some paprika just for good measure. So whatever herbs you like to season your meat with would absolutely work here. So don't be shy at all to incorporate as much herbs as you like. And obviously still adding some herbs. So after that, you want to add some vegetables. So usually what I do, I add carrots in my meat pie, but today I ran out of carrots, so I just chopped up my potatoes, and that's just what I used. And even then, it ended up being really tasty, but the carrot really makes a difference. So some people add carrots, and some people add some green peas, just to give it a really nice taste. You can also add some sweet corn. The list is endless for what you can add. So you want to use I believe russet potatoes here. You can also use some gold Yukon potatoes because those are really starchy potatoes and they help to make everything come together. So back to my dough here. I just, after adding the oil, you just need some really ice cold water. You keep mixing it up, and yeah, that helps you to form your dough pretty much. So if you have like a stand mixer, that just makes your life easier. I actually have a stand mixer, but I just wanted a simple pie. I didn't want to make a lot, so I just use my hands. But if you have a stand mixer, that would just make your life a lot easier. And once you're done, just rinse out your bowl. It just you don't have that much to clean. So that's one of the benefits of just using your God-given hands to make up your dough. So as you can see, it's all come together, and I would be just wrapping it in plastic and putting it in the refrigerator while I finish up with my filling. So as you can see, the potatoes have really softened, and that waxy texture is just coming together, making it a creamy texture. So if you've added carrots, you would have just blended in as well, because carrots are high in starch, so it just gives it a better taste. But this worked a lot, worked wonderfully as well. So after some minutes, I think about 30 minutes, I just took out the dough and it had come together. So it's looking pretty good, and I am done, and I will be doing an egg wash to make it all golden brown when it's cooked. So an egg wash just helps to give it a nice color and a nice coating. So this is optional, but yeah, it's definitely recommended because yeah, it gives it a nice finished look. So I will be popping that in the oven at 350 degrees, and I would leave it to cook for about 30 to 40 minutes. And it is ready. So I'm really excited. You can see it is a beautiful golden brown color, and my kids can't wait to have some. It's just everybody's favorite. It's always a hit in the house. And yeah, this will not last. So I'm just going ahead to slice it there, and you can see just a simple bread knife just cut through. It was so soft, and it was really, really delicious. And I hope you try this at home. It's just an easy, simple recipe that everyone would love in the family. Thanks for watching. Bye.